We have people here as young as, or as old as 3, and as young as 97. I remember the first time that I met Nate was back, I think, in 2007, and they just started dating, and I was coming out to visit my sister in Boston. I was really excited, and I thought we were going to go to a soccer match that evening. I show up at her house, ready to go, ready to see the city, eat good food, and she says, "We've got a little bit of a problem." Okay. She said, "I've only got 2 tickets to the soccer match, and I just met this really great guy. I want him to go with me tonight. Do you mind staying here with my roommate?" So I paused for a second. I don't know how you respond to that. And she said, "Or I can try to get you another ticket, but you're going to have to sit alone." So fast forward a few hours, and I'm sitting on the couch eating popcorn with a roommate. And Gina and Nate are actually stuck in traffic trying to get to a soccer match that I think they only arrived to at the very end. So I didn't get to meet Nate that time. He was off to run a relay marathon, something that the 2 of them have in common. But the next time I came out to visit her, the 3 of us went to breakfast. And Nate was very charming. And in usual fashion, Gina and I were chatty-catties. We talked the whole time. And Nate tried to get a word in edgewise. But I think it broke the ice. It was her first introduction to our family. And those of you who know us, and I think some of Nate's family has gotten to know us over the last few days, know that we're a very big family. We're a very loving family. We're also a very loud family. So it's a testament to Nate and the fact that he could put up with that because we're here today. It hasn't been an easy thing, but I think somehow he's managed to fit in. I think the first time that I recall really realizing how much Nate loved my sister, I'd go back to visit her as frequently as I could. And I don't know if they were living together at this point, but I'm there at their place. And Gina's first love, for those of you who didn't know, was a cute little pug named Gina or Bernadette. And they were always together. That was Gina's baby. And she was the baby that saw her from California to Wisconsin, to Boston, and even to New York. And I remember the first time she told me, "Nate's family informed me that he's not a dog person." And I was shocked because at the time I had seen him, he was walking Bernadette, and whenever Gina would come home or she'd have to go somewhere, he would actually step in to watch her. And you never absolutely ever guessed that he wasn't a dog person or hadn't been raised around dogs because he loved her. And I think it started off as a deep love for my sister, and in the end, they really were a family, and it was a deep love for Bernadette. She'll always be remembered as our sweet little pea. So, as I've said before, we come from a large family. I'm the oldest. There's 5 of us. Gina's my younger sister by 2 years. And, you think back in life, and you have friends, you have best friends. And I've always considered Gina my best friend. But the thing that differentiates potentially a sister from a best friend is that, you have friends throughout your life, and some of them are fortunate enough to come along with you, but many of them, as you move throughout life, may come and go. But what a sister does is she's always there. And I'm very fortunate to have 3 of them, and there isn't a memory in my life that doesn't involve them. And there isn't anything that any of us want to do for each other. And we've seen each other through the craziest of times. And we yelled and screamed at each other, we turn around and love each other and hug each other. And I feel so very fortunate to have Gina as my sister, as my best friend. And a few months ago, I remember my sister calling me up. She was stressed and frustrated. And she said, "It's so hard because I don't have my sisters here with me and I'm all the way in New York." And she said, "I just wish you guys were close so you could be here." And I told her, "Gina, why don't you just come home?" And, I've always thought of home as California. That's where we're all from. And yes, Gina left us many years ago, but in my head I always thought, home is California. And despite the fact that she hasn't lived here, this is where her home is. So I'm telling her, "Just come home. Come home for a weekend. We're all here." And she says to me, "I am home. My home is with me." Yeah, I just consider that It hurt me because I wanted to go to California, and I wanted you guys both to come back home. But you will always have a home in California, as I'm sure you will back in Minnesota. But I'm so very proud of the home you guys have built, and the family that you will one day have, and the man that you have chosen to be your partner in life, because he complements you in so many ways. And despite the many similarities that you have, he also really brings a strength and a serenity to you that I know you needed. And so tonight, I don't have my champagne. I'd like us all to raise our glasses. And I'd like to toast to my sister and her husband, my brother-in-law. My brother Robert here is very happy to finally have a man in the family. You're welcome. I'd like to raise my glass to you and tell you that for the next chapter of your life, the family you may build. You guys continue to love each other, inspire each other, passion to your life, and push each other. I wish you all the best, and I love you with all my heart.
Love you, Nate.
All right, a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And for this evening's second toast, I'd like to introduce the best